Awesome. Well, thank you so much for hopping on with me. I really appreciate it. I have been having so much fun actually connecting with people who have really experienced some kind of profound effects from these cleanses and just the products in general. So I feel like having a testimonial video is way more powerful than seeing the written testimonial on the website. Because it's like a lot of, I mean, for me personally, when I see a written testimonial, I'm like, was this person paid? Is this even
Mm,
a real person? Like you just question this. And with a product like this, I feel like having a testimonial, even if it's like a minute of somebody explaining their experience, it just validates what someone else is going through in another way than having something written. So I have a couple of questions that I would love to ask you to just get to know your experience and see how you've experienced the cleanses. And my first question is really, how did ZenCleanz or just like enzymes in general, not even just the cleanses, help you come back into better alignment with your body, your mind, your spirit, everything?
mm. Yeah, so when I did my first cleanse, I paired it already with a juice fast. So it was a big thing for me because at the time I was actually having a lot of mental stress and like being just so much noise, like questions like I didn't know what to eat because I consumed like just so much information. And all these health experts are saying do this, do this, do this, do this. So I was like, look, I just need like a big reset just to stop thinking about if I can eat this or this and just stop eating everything, just drink juice and then do the enzymes. And I did like the gut cleanse. So to actually be able to like physically see like all this coming out, and it's like it gave me more of a connection to myself because I was like, all right, you've done the work now and now you have a clean slate. And it's like forget all like the past and like the noise that you've heard, and it's like now figure it out for yourself. Now that you have like a clean slate and a connection with your body, it gave me more permission to actually just like check in with myself and what I need, not what the internet tells me or what other people have told me. So yeah.
Wow, I relate to that a lot because it's like there's like the maze of natural healing. And
Mhm.
that's the whole point of the YouTube channel that we're creating is called Beyond Detox. I mean, we're doing that for a reason because it's not just detox and there's such a maze. We're throwing all these products, all these gurus, all these people who say this, who say that, and then you end up getting a product that's a scam, or you're being told to do something that puts you kind of more in oxidative stress. And it's like when you're given something that actually helps you tune into what you need and what
Mhm.
your body needs and not like just because it's another product is game changing. And that's why I think just hearing people's experiences is so valuable. So I appreciate that. I think that's really important. What were your feelings like during your cleanse? Like did you have like an aha moment at the beginning of your cleanse, like in the middle, or like afterwards after you realized like this is
Mhm.
game changing?
Yes, I'll just talk about like when I did the Zen cleanse because I did originally actually 12 days of juice fasting, and I was doing colonics and everything as well with it. But when I started the Zen cleanse itself, I felt actually because I was just literally just at my house the whole time and doing this by myself. I did it with another friend and my housemate, but we were like pretty separate, and both of us just had no energy and were going very, very inwards. So it felt like it actually took away like a lot of my energy, and I didn't have the energy to go out. I didn't even want to check my phone or anything, and I really just felt like empty. And this has been like a quite a repeating cycle for me in life. And I was reflecting on it because I'm like quite into the spiritual and like understanding myself a bit better. And it helped me. I was like, okay, this is a repeating cycle. And I feel like the cleanse actually brought it up. And it was like, well, now you have nowhere to run. You don't have the energy to go out and distract yourself. You have to sit with this feeling of like being empty, having no energy. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. And so it's like, yeah, when you don't know what to do with yourself at all, and it was just like right there in my face. So it was extreme like mental discomfort for a few days. Physically I felt like really clear and like clean, but like mentally it was just like right there was nowhere else to run.
How did that differ from like afterwards, like when you started releasing the mucoid plaque? Like what did you feel? Because for me, I felt euphoria. Like I literally screamed. I
Mm.
screamed in excitement. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I freaked out. And then I just felt so excited. I wanted to like go tell everyone and go show everyone my poop pictures. And it's like, no, 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 tone it down. Like you can't do that. You have to like rein yourself in. So I'm just curious what you felt like afterwards on the second day.
Mm. Yeah, it was such a massive relief to actually like just have it come and like release it. Because we all did it together in the house, and I was comparing myself to the housemates, and like they had their release on the first day, and for me, like I was like fucking stressing, thinking, well, did I not do it right? Did I mess it up? And then when it finally just like came on like the second day in the afternoon, and then I was like, wow, this like it felt so good to get it like out of me. And I was thinking, man, I could just keep cleansing and cleansing and cleansing now. Like it makes me, now that I started this, I just want to keep doing it. Mm.
Totally. I have kept going. I've done 10 intestinal cleanses and 11 livers at this point, but I was also super sick when I first found these products. I had borderline liver failure. I always say
Mm.
I could barely digest water. Like everything was off, which is how I found this product. Like I just needed something to help me reset. Whatever it was, it needed something to help me kind of save my life. So I would say that's kind of what inspired me. And I'm always curious, like what inspires you afterwards? Like, has your diet changed? Has your lifestyle changed? Like, what have you noticed like months or weeks after you've done the cleanse that
Mm.
it's just like subtly or even majorly different than before?
Yes, I've done two of the gut cleanses and then one of the liver ones. Definitely like before the cleanse, because I've been like on this healing and this health journey for quite a long time. And as I was saying before, I would just consume so much information and like resources that literally just the thought of going out to a restaurant to eat, I was I would go into like anxiety and just feel like, oh shit. And I'd be thinking about it for days. It's just like one dinner at a restaurant. And then days before I'd be stressing, thinking, oh shit, it's got vegetable oils, it's got gluten. And already like that narrative in my head was just playing on this repeating loop. And so I wasn't like feeling very good. And then so when I did the cleanses, and then now it's like it's actually helped me to like ease off like the intensity of being like you have to do it this way, this way, this way. And it's like, no, you do what like is right for you in this moment, because no one actually knows what is good for your body except for yourself. And it, yeah, so nowadays I just listen more, and it's made me change a lot, because before I was so big on fasting. I would like do a lot of fasting, intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day, and I was having a lot of raw foods and raw juices, because that's the people I was following on Instagram. They were all saying you have to go raw because this. And it's funny because now that the cleanses, I haven't done a cleanse for a while, and I'm like in the clear, and I'm just like kind of falling back into my own rhythm and life. I find myself like I'm having breakfast now. I'm eating more like warming foods, and I'm not really like consuming all that information. And I'm just thinking, all right, what's actually going to make me feel good? Because before I would eat like a massive salad, which everyone says is like super good for you, but then I wouldn't feel very good after. My stomach would be like hurting actually. And then now I'm like eating more soups, especially because it's winter over here. So tuning more into like Chinese medicine, especially after talking to Daniel, like that was really cool. Like, because he loves like traditional Chinese medicine, and that was like, all right, different things for different seasons, not just like cold, 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 cold all the time. Mm.
Totally. I mean, he's definitely, I talk to him almost every day because he's just a wealth of knowledge that you can learn
Mm.
so much from. And he's always brought it to my awareness. He's like, think about when you do this cleanse, like how has it shifted your perception of cleansing in the entirety? Like how has it shifted what you see other people doing? Not comparing yourself to them, because it's like that's what I was doing. That's why I was buying thousands of dollars worth of products online, because I was comparing to, well, this person had a great response. It's like, how would I compare this to someone else's experience in the efficiency of the cleanse, in the taste of the cleanse, the link? Like, how would you compare that to like longer fasts that you've done?
Mm. Yeah, like what I liked about it was just literally like 1 2 days. It was already like instant results. And a lot of other things I've done, like you don't really see the results. Like I've done heaps of water fasting, and like but I wouldn't really like actually see the physical results from it. Like, and it was always like a challenge, like not eating for like 2 or 3 days. But yeah, with these enzymes, and it made it just easy. And it's like you're actually doing something because we're so used to doing things and consuming things. So to go from eating like a regular person just to fasting on just water and not eating at all, it's almost like it's too quick. You're taking away like the habit of doing, and you're not replacing it with something else. So what was good about the cleanse was it replaced the habit of eating with having enzymes for those few days, and like it gives you something to do, and then the next day you actually see like immediate noticeable results, which was like really good because it actually encourages you to keep going.
So you kept fasting after the intestinal cleanse?
Yeah, I fasted for like 2 or 3 more days after, because until like it just stops coming out,
Yeah. Oh
and then
yeah.
yeah.
Were you hungry? You weren't hungry at all either, right?
Yeah, I wasn't hungry. Yeah, but like I think the only reason why I wanted to eat food because like the taste of food. Like I
Mm.
really enjoy food so much. Mm.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's kind of crazy that like you can do this cleanse and not need to eat at all for weeks if you were to just fast on enzymes. I think
Mm.
that's what honestly blew my mind the most is that like I wasn't hungry, which I was never a faster until I started doing these cleanses. And now it just makes it so much easier. It's just there and it makes my body just feel so clear and so great. And I can just keep going. I don't need to stop for any reason. Of course, if I need to, I can, but it's not the same as doing a water fast or something where I'm like, okay, I think I'm done at this point. So I
Yeah.
think the efficiency of that is pretty powerful. Do you drink the enzymes often or have you?
No, I actually haven't tried the other enzymes. I've been meaning to, but I've got like so much supplements that I've got. I'm like thinking, do I just get more and it keeps adding on? But because I'm going to be traveling soon in my van, so I don't want to like accumulate too much stuff and have to like worry about I'm actually just in the process of completely simplifying my life heaps at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That'll be time. And then when you're back, the lung cleanse and the kidney cleanse will be out, and then you'll have
Mm,
new ones to try out. I'm anxiously waiting for those. I think that'll be pretty awesome to kind of hit a lot of the different pathways. I mean, most people that I talk to, especially a lot of my clients, have no idea they even have liver congestion. And it's
mm,
like some people are so intuitive and they can just feel it, or they don't even know that they've been living their life in a chronic state of inflammation. And then once they see that inflammation decrease, they're just like, how have I been living my life this whole time? Like, how have I been living? And I think that's the most powerful part of these cleanses is that you notice those results so quickly and you're able to make a change. I mean, some people, I don't know if you probably didn't experience this, but some people actually kind of revert back to old eating patterns or feel this sense of emptiness and don't know what to do with it, especially people who haven't like cleansed or fasted at all. I personally, after my second and third intestinal cleanses, I just felt that like emotional release that I was just like, oh, like what did I just release? Oh, let me like hide with food. And it's like
mm,
once I've gotten a few more under my belt, I've started to recognize, okay, this feeling of emptiness is going to come. Let me just sit with it rather than like medicate with something like food or something to stimulate myself,
mm.
which is quite interesting. So awesome. Anything else you want to share about your experience just with the products and or with Daniel or anything? I'm all ears.
Oh yeah, I found the liver cleanse like super interesting because I'd done cleanses before, like Andreas Moritz's liver cleanse, and that was like, so for 7 days you're drinking like apple juice, apple cider vinegar, and then on the day itself you drink magnesium, Epsom salts, and then like the lemon and olive oil before bed, and the next day you're having like the same thing. And but this one was pretty good because it didn't, like for me it felt a bit off drinking Epsom salts. Like I felt a little bit harsh. I was like, this doesn't taste very good, and like it's a lot of magnesium, and it's just so it was cool doing the liver and then actually being able to see like I think more gallstones actually came out from this cleanse than when I did the other method. And the liver probably had the, well, because I did the rainbow cleanse, so doing the gut and then the liver one. And I noticed before I was getting like quite a lot of liver stagnation because I was having like dark circles under my eyes and then a lot of allergies. Like almost every single morning I'd wake up sneezing and my nose would be all blocked and everything. And since then, like it has like made a difference, but it's also like I'm much more sensitive to foods. So if I, let's say, eat eggplant, then the next day straight away, like I'll be having like that instant, because my liver's clear and it's not backed up, that the moment I put something into a body that's not for me, it's going to get like the direct feedback. Before it was like delayed. I could eat like junk food because when you're not healthy, you can eat whatever you want, and then like you don't get the effects because it's just like a dirty room. It's going to keep piling in and getting more dirty and dirty and dirty. But once you've like cleaned it up, you can notice it like straight away. So I guess like
Absolutely. Wow.
the
Yeah.
best way would be for me, um, like this cleanse is like I wouldn't do it unless I was ready to actually like take care of myself. Because if I did the cleanse and then just reverted back to my old lifestyle, it would be disrespectful to like my body, the cleanse, and like this whole process.
I appreciate that. I like that mindset a lot because a lot of people are just like, oh, cleansing's so hard. Like I feel depleted. My body feels this. And I'm like, you're just adding things on by worrying. That's something that I've learned a lot through because I've had a hard time with the liver cleanse. Most of my congestion in my body has come from my liver. I had a 57-degree curve in my spine and scoliosis. I was on 17 different drugs a few years ago, got addicted to several of them. Like I had a lot of stagnation. I still do. I know I have a long road of liver cleansing still to go. So that one was really hard. And it's like, once I reframed that in my head that like, this is going to be easy for me. I'm doing something that's really nourishing for my body. There's no depletion, like enzymes. There's like no way to deplete your body with enzymes. So just kind of allowing my body to do what it needs to do has opened up so many new doors because it's like you're not like confining yourself into this box of like, oh, I have to sit and do this cleanse and I can't do anything else. It's like, no, you have so much freedom. Honestly, it opens up those doors to be able to actually feel like you can live your life again and not feel like you're confined to, oh, well, when am I going to eat next? Or what am I going to eat? It's like, no, you can have that freedom to choose and kind of be more in alignment, which is really, really cool. Awesome.
I got a question for you. When you're doing the liver cleanse and like mainly the liver cleanse, were you doing colonics and enemas on either side of it?
I've actually personally never done a colonics, but I just do Enemas. I would do an enema before I did the liver cleanse just to kind of like get things started. And I would usually kind of stick to more liquid diet for the 2 days before the liver cleanse. And then I do the liver cleanse, and then immediately the next day I would do like a coffee enema with burdock and dandelion, and that would be incredibly nourishing for my body. And then a couple of days after that, or even honestly a day, depends on like how I'm feeling. I'm more intuitive about those things. I just kind of like feel into like, oh, something's like needing to move. Then I would do another one, or I'd like go and do some exercise that really stimulates my lymphatic system, and then I would do an enema. But I find the enemas on both sides are really, really helpful, especially with the intestinal cleanse. Doing something to kind of like get your gut started, and then the day after to kind of like get it moving is super important. I mean, the whole point of an enema on the day after the intestinal cleanse isn't to like detox. It's to just like put enough water in that moves the plaque out, because most people have trouble releasing, or they like hold on to it emotionally, which was part of my problem for a while. I think I finally hit that peak, so I'm not experiencing that anymore.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was awesome. I really like hearing other people's experiences, and Daniel said such high regards for you as well. So I'm happy we connected. But,
yeah, it's good to meet you, Maddie.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for giving me some of your time. I know we're both super busy, so I'm glad we were able to make it fit, which is awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's good.
Thank you so much. Okay. Bye.
All right. Yeah.